Hello everyone, welcome. Welcome to the Study Hacks Institute of GIS and Remote Sensing. Today I will try to discuss a very important topic, mainly how we can easily apply Mann-Kendall trend analysis using Google Earth Engine. So basically, Mann-Kendall test is a non-parametric statistical test widely used to detect monotonic trends increasing or decreasing in a time series. So we can easily use it for different types of time series dataset. It can be temperature, it can be rainfall, it can be NDVI, it can be AOD, or any other time series data we can easily use. And further, we can use the Mann-Kendall trend analysis to detect the trend increasing or decreasing. So here I already create a time series chart. If you check, so this is the time series chart of temperature time series chart, land surface temperature. So here I get the data from year of 2000 to 2024. So this data, how I can apply the Mann-Kendall library in Python and integrate with Google Earth Engine, and then how I can check the trend. So I'll try to explain all of things step by step. Then I hope you can easily use this technique for any other trend analysis, especially in hydrology, climatology, and remote sensing, rainfall, temperature, NDVI, or any other trend we can easily check. So let's go. So first of all, we need to import our important library. Simply import it, and then authenticate and initialize, and then I simply import my study area. So this is my study area. So this study area, I want to check for trend of land surface temperature. What is the trend? I want to check it for this region of interest, and I simply call my data set. So this is my data. So here I just use this data. Prior land surface temperature, emissivity 8-day global, 1 kilometer resolution. So this data set I want to use in my code, and then I simply choose my band name and filter my specific time. So I take the data from year of 2000 to 2024. So here I find out total 1097 images. Okay, so you can check all of images in here. So these images I want to use and make the annual time series chart. Okay, and this image further we also need to rescaling. So further I simply multiply 0.02 and subtract 273.15 to convert the unit Kelvin to degree Celsius. Okay, and after that I simply computed the average LST. So further I simply use this, create this function, and this function further I simply connect with my data set, and I simply struck the data. So if you check this type of data, I can find out in here. It struck the data, basically date and temperature. We find out, you can see this is a date, this is a temperature. So now I simply remove all of null data. Actually, here there is no data which is date. So this type of filter out enters where temperature is missing. So further I simply write the code to removing all of data where there is no data or null data. I simply remove. So just I simply find out this type of date I have data. Okay, so this type of data I have data. So this data further I simply convert into data frame using the pandas library. So simply I put the pandas library and I find out this type of data. So this is the data. Okay, so for that this data I simply download as a CSV file format. So just I simply use the function. Okay, so I simply call my data frame and use the to CSV, and then I simply create the CSV file of my data set, and I put the name temperature dataset.csv. Okay, so now it work as Excel file or CSV file, and further this data I convert as a yearly. Okay, so converting yearly, so I just simply calculate the yearly average data. So I simply call my df data frame and resample yearly my data and use the mean function. So further I run the code, then I can find out that yearly average temperature for 2000, 2001, 2002 and up to 2024. So all of year I calculated average LST value. further I want to just display this type of chart using matplotlib. Okay, so we find out this type of chart. So this is my data set, and this time series I want to apply a MannKendall trend analysis. So for that I simply import the PyMannKendall Python library, and further I simply import the PyMannKendall as a MK. Okay, and then I simply computed the MannKendall test. So just I simply call the original test, and this df annual, it is stored my annual data set. Okay, time series data set. So I simply put this data set and then check the MannKendall test. So here we find out this type of property. First property is the trend. So it show the trend direction. Okay, it this temperature is increasing or decreasing, we can find out from the trend. So it show the increasing, it means that day by day land surface temperature is increasing for my study area. Then we find out the ACE value. So basically ACE is the hypothesis test result. If it's true, then we find out that significant trend. Okay, so in this time I find out that true. So it means that ACE value is true or hypothesis test result is true. It means that it's the significant trend of increasing. Then we find out the p value. P value basically it's indicating about this is the p value. We also get the value also p value. And we also find out the z value. Z value it's indicating about that standardized statistic. We find out this is the z value, as well as we also find out the tau value. This is the tau value. Tau value it's called the Kendall's tau. Kendall tau's basically it's the define about the strength of trend. It's the high value indicating about the high strength of trend. So we find out the 0.53. So it's indicating about the high strength of trend for increasing the temperature. So here I show you the one example to use this that for making the MannKendall trend analysis. But any time series, any long-term time series data, you just apply the same process, and further you also check about the what's the trend of your data set. So I hope this tutorial also help you. So this process you can also apply for any other data set. So it can be rainfall data set, it can be land surface temperature data set, or precipitation data set. Any data set we can apply this code, and further we can check about the trend, it increasing or decreasing. So this type of things we can easily find out from this code. So I hope this tutorial is also help you. If you have any question or any doubt, you can simply ask me, I will try to give the answer. And the meantime I also give you another announcement for upcoming online training program. So basically this class will be start from 22 August, and now this registration is the open. So if you join my online training program on Google Earth Engine for beginners to advanced level, then you can simply contact in my WhatsApp number. You can also contact with my email. So if you check this website, then you can easily get all of information for upcoming online training program, all of course content. So basically in this course I just focus for beginners who don't have any knowledge about the Google Earth Engine or Python or JavaScript programming. So I hope after completing this training program you are able to do any types of remote sensing analysis very quickly and efficiently. So if you want to join the live training as soon as possible, just contact and confirm your seat. Today is no more. Thank you for watching that. Stay happy, stay safe.